Get get fucked. All right, so welcome to the Dirty Casual Corner, episode 24. We had some technical difficulties earlier. Doesn't matter. We're gonna roll with it anyways. Um, we got our nice, we coordinated with our nice Mizuryu K shirts. You can get these on Amazon. We'll put the link below in the description so you can get one of your own. Nothing scarier than a fucking weeb, right?
Exactly.
All
That's
right.
why we're here for Halloween.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I could have put on the Templar costume. I got my chainmail right there. It's fucking heavy and I didn't want to put it on. But anyways, first topic. Sean, take it away.
So, getting into watching. So, I've been watching Akane Sasu Shoujo.
Mm-hmm.
So,
let me get some drinking right now.
So this is about the show where girls in this crystal radio club, put in a frequency and do this ritual, get transported to kind of parallel worlds, slightly different than their own. So there's a few things. This is probably on my highest, possibly going to drop list, just because I like the characters, but the conflicts between the characters and the scenario are just pretty dull and boring. So it's like they're trying to be serious and it's trying to be funny at the same time. So it's like nothing really works out anytime you have something that's supposed to have stakes or something like that. They just kind of, it seems serious at first, but then it just kind of plays off almost like a joke. But it's like it's still trying to be serious about itself.
I mean, it's not like a action thing, right? It's like
it has like some action stuff, but it's like it's so overshadowed by just it almost like trying to make fun of itself, or it's not even trying to make fun of itself, but it's kind of just doing that just because it's
not a gaga.
No, it's not
series, right?
No, definitely not a gag series. It is trying to be like a serious like drama show, but it doesn't really take itself serious enough to make anything worthwhile, So
yeah.
So that's I'll watch a little longer, but
you're gonna have to let me know. Also, I just wanted to point out we do have a new layout thanks to my boy Sean.
The whole Halloween related,
Yeah, just make it a little spookier. So hopefully we'll recycle this for next year or get something new.
And I'll have one for Christmas too. Don't worry.
Santa hat.
Something like that, yeah.
You better give her fucking red thigh highs. Just saying.
Good idea. I'll try to remember that. Alright, so also been watching Release the Spice. So
hold on, let me take a big one.
Another sippy for this one. Yeah, so Spice, it's like I like a few things about it, which is basically just the characters.
Isn't it Yuri bait?
Yes, it's very Yuri bait. So like the beginning of the show had some really good action and all the stuff, but then recently the action's just gone down to a halt. Like there's no budget left, it seems like, unless they're just saving it for something else. But the more recent like fights and action scenes were just like dull beyond dull. The main villains, they don't really mean anything. You just see them at the end of each episode. They're dark silhouettes. Saying, "Oh, we're gonna get them next time." Oh,
but do they have fidget spinners?
They might as well, dude.
Okay.
I mean, that's about all that can redeem them, I think, at this point.
That's a Pop Team Epic reference on episode 1.
Yeah, I mean, they do nothing. It's like, and they just send their lackeys to try to destroy the Spice crew, or I forget their actual name. Spice is the drug that they consume to become superhumans.
It's not cocaine. Believe me, it's not cocaine.
It's ingested, orally, so a little different.
Okay.
But,
it's not crystal meth. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I hope we use something with the villains soon, because they're just kind of over there like trying to be menacing, but they do jack shit. So it's like they hold no real substance or anything. So
I mean, I kind of had no interest in watching this show.
Yeah, right now, yeah, I would say definitely don't. Still.
All right, so you're gonna let me know later on to watch it or not.
Probably, yeah.
Right.
So next one definitely do watch. So this is Karakuri Circus. So main story here is kid's dad dies or is probably murdered is what you're figuring out, and he has this insane inheritance that he's gotten. Now he's got a lot of different groups trying to go out to get his inheritance, either from kidnapping him or just killing him, or doing all kinds of other stuff with him. So one, you've got this guy he meets along the way who's kind of protecting him, and then you've also got this puppeteer. So puppeteers use puppets, which have special powers.
So they're stands
as weapons, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And so this girl was essentially raised from a kid to be a puppeteer, and basically just to protect the kid whenever this kind of happened. Something like this.
The main character, right?
The main character. So they're both protecting him. So it's pretty cool though. So I like the old shonen style of it. It is from a manga from the 90s. It's got the old shonen style. It's got some Hunter x Hunter, animators and designers working on it. So it actually kind of even has more of a Hunter x Hunter feel to it in a way.
But it isn't written by
Togashi. No.
Yeah, Togashi.
Completely different. Yeah. The pacing's really fast. It just gets right to the point. Like everything just kind of flies along. There's been character development for all three of the main characters. The coolest one being the most recent episode where the kid Masaru, he figures out that he's essentially just being used as bait from his inheritance. So the certain families, destroy each other trying to get to him and destroy all their puppets to basically remove puppets forever. And then he figured out he's tired of this shit already, and he's gonna take his inheritance, hire one of the fucking groups trying to kill him to protect him instead. So I mean, he goes like full badass at the end of the episode. It was pretty sick. So.
And how many episodes are out right now?
Yeah, just 3, and there's been a ton of stuff that's happened. Like I said, the pacing is like super fast, but it's not so fast that you feel like you're missing anything. So it's really well done. That's probably one of my favorite shows I'm watching so far this season. So let me jump into
Sorry, let me take a mute out of this. Keep going.
Oh, yeah. So watching Gridman here, as we have here on the screen.
Yeah, with Sasanagi, we reference him a lot. Not too often, but enough.
Good stuff,
He's one of our staple doujinshi artists.
Definitely.
Yeah. I just have a love-hate relationship for him because he draws really cute things. And he just loves to destroy them. But
don't we all?
Yeah.
So, anyways, like the concept is fairly interesting with the kaiju and the
Ultraman-esque looking robot hero.
Yeah, I like the character designs, the mech designs, the action's pretty decent when it comes up. It is a smaller chunk of the show.
I do like the premise that the main villains, which you already know at like what, the end of the episode 1 or episode 2 that it starts. I think it's episode 1.
You mean know who it is? I think it's episode 2. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, episode 2 you figure out who it is, and it's that pink. Is it pink haired or purple haired? Pink. All right, that pink-haired girl on the screen. Like, I really like the idea that she makes these kaijus and like her helper helps make it to life, and I really like that idea of it. It's like it makes all the monsters feel like there's some effort of work put into it, not mindless or something like that.
So, yeah, I do like a few things about it. The things I don't really like about it are the pacing.
Yeah,
some of the pacing just jumps around really hard. Like, you have an action scene, abruptly stops, and all of a sudden you're 2 days later. But you don't know that because they're just kind of back in their normal everyday life. The city's been restored because,
every time a kaiju attack happens,
everything's
the city
restored.
Resets, yeah.
Anyone who's died is erased essentially from anyone's memory except for the main crew who, are involved with all this stuff.
They have their memories altered.
Which, I think is probably a pretty shitty writing mechanic where, it's just lazy, where you don't have to explain anything. You just go, oh no, nobody remembers and these people didn't exist. And
every damaged building that happens just miraculously.
Yeah. I do think it's pretty lazy. And it's just a means so they can keep doing the same thing over and over again, sort of.
Possibly, but I do like it, though.
I like it in some way, yeah, but I do think it's pretty lazy, and it just feels, again, it kind of messes up the pacing because all of a sudden everything's back to normal, and then like days have passed, and then you don't even know what happened there, and then all of a sudden something else happens, and yeah, it just kind of jumps around a lot. And the main character, he's just
boring,
an amnesia-stricken, personality-less, fucking soulless character.
Absolutely has not, he's not even a character that you can actually project yourself onto. Like, there's really nothing I like about him except
Right.
for the fact that he has a nice classmate of his hanging out with him. But that's it. And if anything, I like his other friend. I just can't remember his name.
Oh yeah,
The
his nerdy friend,
Ultraman nerd.
right?
Yeah, who helps them save the day by figuring out weaknesses and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm watching it still. I haven't gotten to the point where I would drop it yet, but it's it's pretty mediocre.
I dropped it on episode 2. I'm sorry, I love Trigger, but so far it's just slow right now. If I hear some good things coming from it later on,
Mm-hmm.
I might go back into it like I did with Kill la Kill and Frank's. Actually, if anything, Frank's like I dropped it for a bit and then the cuck thing happened and I had to get back.
Damn.
Yeah,
Or I will tell you if anyone gets cucked.
it's probably gonna be the main character.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Anyways, next on the list, the Goblin Slayer. So, still watching that. We've got 4 episodes in now.
I'm honestly gonna say that this is like up there for me. I will never drop this. Like I've read the manga for it, and so far, I mean, that's translated recently, ever since episode 1. Like I just binge that shit. Like it's that good, and if it has that level of consistency with animation, and they're leaving nothing out like they did. Like how do I say it? If it sticks with the manga, it's a solid story. It's a solid anime.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I have gripes with is Goblin Slayer CGI.
Yeah,
That's
definitely
it.
kind of takes you out of it a little bit, some of the action scenes, because it just kind of, it's not very good, and it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb from the rest of the world. So that's probably the worst thing about it. But just the goblin slaying is super fun.
Yeah.
Goblin Slayer, he's got one thing on his mind, and that's
kill goblins.
That's all you get from it. So it's kind of comedic in a way where it's like, oh, he comes up to this ogre, he's like, oh, I haven't heard of you. Even though you're a high level monster,
You're a
creature.
high-level monster.
I know,
don't know
he's
about
like,
you.
I know high level creatures exist, but I don't really care. Like, I don't know who you
I
are.
want to kill goblins. That's it. And like even the ogre takes offense to this. He's like, "What? You think I'm a goblin?" And he just smacks him silly. And like
then after he's about to kill him, he says, nah, goblins are more menacing than you.
Yeah.
Just fucking murder
And
them.
he uses that fucking that scroll he used.
Yeah, so
it's a teleport scroll.
Teleport scroll, but it was put on the other portal was put on the bottom of the ocean.
So yeah.
So insanely, pressurized water would come out just to
fuck shit up.
To destroy a nest was the main purpose, goblin nest, but it ended up having to be used on him, which was really cool. Like I like the way they use the magic and all the stuff. So
like he'll even weaponize fucking teleporting scrolls to fucking kill goblins.
Just to kill goblins.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, wanted to use it on this. Fuck you. And he just smacks him silly. And that guy he regenerates. So I'm just assuming it took a while for him to die. Or at least I like to think that.
Probably, yeah.
So
anyways, I'll go ahead and pass the torch over to you.
Alright, so I'm gonna start off with the best show of the season, Sword Art Online Underworld. You can't see the sarcasm in my face. And anyways, I'm gonna start off by praising it for this aspect. It's a 40-minute episode, by the way, just letting you know. So 20 minutes into it, it's a really slow start, but it's really well paced. Like you have boy Kirito and his other friends who are like young, because it hasn't been explained why they're starting off young. My theory is I'll reveal that later on, but they start off young and they're just kind of like hanging around in this village doing menial chores like fucking cutting this tree with that's hard as iron and shit. So they're just trying to like, it's I guess build up strengths and stuff, but it's not really heavily action packed right now because they're young kids. They don't know any better, and there's rules in this world that they're in, which is a game, by the way. Then if you break any of the rules, the GMs will come in and break your legs, basically, or something similar to that. And from what they mention later on in the episode is Kirito gets out of the game. Every time he logs out, he has no memory of what happens inside there, and he goes back to Gun Guild. He does his things, plays with his friends, and he kind of naturally talks to them about his part-time job, which is working at this full dive company, which is working on new technology. And he's like, I don't really remember much about the game, and it's probably because of non-disclosure thing that they implemented this feature or something like that. So I can't blame them. But I really don't remember what happened in this world, even though he can't, even though he gets triggers because one of his friends in that world literally got GM'd basically and just taken away, and it was very traumatic for him. And then he's just like, I swear, it's like every time he brings this, because the girl's name was Alice, so they're like, oh, it's Underworld. It's probably a Alice in Wonderland reference, and he gets a little trigger. He's like, I swear, I was trying to remember something right there for a second. I like shit, and it's just like it affects him in the other world. I mean, in the real world, and it has a nice natural pacing to it. Now, the one thing that wasn't natural was the end of the first episode where you get the fucking PK guy from Sword Art, the Sword Art incident basically in the first season. He's just like comes in and he's stabs him with a fucking needle of injecting him with something.
Right as Kirito autistically fucking tries to grab his sword.
Yeah.
Oh, no, my sword.
Fucking weeb. Yeah, like fucking he ended up stabbing him in the fucking knee, and just like it cuts to black after that, like the episode ends. And my theory is he's going to be put in the full dive thing permanently until he wakes up from his coma or something akin to that. And he's going to be in the game for 20 years or something, because because he says like in the middle of the episode, he says I don't know how long I was been there, because this full dive system is kind of like REM sleep, where you think you slept for 2 or 3 hours, but it was actually a few minutes kind of deal. So he's gonna be stuck in the game, he's gonna be stuck in the Matrix, basically.
But it's only gonna be like a few, like maybe weeks in the real world or something.
Yeah, something like that, or like at least the most a month, but that's gonna be forever for him.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see where it goes, because there's some elements that I like about Underworld, but there's not much that was revealed about it, and I'm just gonna say Renki Kawahara actually stepped up his writing. Like, he didn't reveal everything, which is usually his mainstay. Like, he'll fucking exposition dump everything in a fucking, like, doesn't matter if it's like during a fucking action-packed moment, they're just like taking cover from bullets or something like that, and they're like, oh no, we're gonna fucking like do this because I know the system, we're gonna do this and that, yada yada yada, and then they pan to ass. Yeah, so it hasn't done that because they're all little kids. But I feel like it matured, but it's still Reki Kawahara.
Give it 2 episodes, 2 or 3 episodes.
I feel like my expectations are so high, and I'm hoping my expectations just get crushed soon, because I don't want this feeling to continue. It's fucking Sword Art. I absolutely hated it, but I've seen 2 seasons of it, a movie, and the filler episode, which is basically a recap of the 2 seasons, where that he's like talking to this fucking shrink dude.
Right. And
he's the guy who gave him the part-time job to check this place out. So I'm just like, I'm already too far gone. Like, I need to finish this. So,
right.
Like, it's too late for me. And next one, this is probably one of my top picks. It's not the top pick, because I'll go into that later, but that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It kind of, like I mentioned last podcast, this character is a slime. He gets reborn in this game world as a slime, so it's like a fantasy world with game elements. Well, at least to him, it's a game element, but to these people, it's not. So it's like it's like watching the D&D campaign. Yeah. And he's the only guy who's a player character. Right. And so right now he's going to the goblin. He's taking this little small party of goblins to the dwarven city, and he hears there's elves. And I'm just saying, bro, he and I just fucking understand each other, because I'm into elves and he's into elves, so he's already got my seal of approval for this season. But yeah, I know it's he kind of like solves problems because he. Okay, so he can analyze stuff and copy it. Like, if he eats enough material like iron or something like that, or magic, or he can like give you fucking like he could produce some items from his body because he's a slime. He could store it in there, like at the molecular level, and then just spit it out at will. Like he can swallow whole creatures, heal them with all the fucking all the herb that he fucking absorbed that heals. And he just spits them out and they're all fully healed. But in this episode, he helps out this dwarven dude who he has this order to get these Magisteel fucking longswords, and he has a week to do them. He's like, it's an impossible order, but I gotta fucking do it. And he's like, alright, let me see that sword. And he eats it, spits it out after analyzing. He's like, alright, I'm gonna make them. And he's just fucking spits out like 20 of them. He's like, alright, you're done. Now you gotta help my village out. Because all I want to do, all I want to do is just like, I'll help you out with this order, but you gotta help out my goblin village fucking, and gobelinas fucking thottish, man. Like, fucking short ass fucking torn clothing. Like, there's almost barely anything there, you know, holding those titties back. But I mean, you know, he's like, I need clothes. I need someone to teach them how to make clothes. I need someone to teach them how to make housing and all this shit. Like, cause they can't fucking build a fucking like sturdy home to save their lives. Like a fucking small gust of wind will knock it down. So it's just like, all right, I need this help. It's like, are you sure? Like, you literally fucking. Okay, if you're happy, fine. But I'm gonna take you to a titty bar and it's full of elves, and that's where it ended. So
damn.
You know, it's got like that whole OP kind of character, but it's kind of nice that it's not a human for once. You know, it's a slime, so it's, you know, if you're into isekais with a power fantasy, it's still there, but it's different. It's got a nice twist to it, and like, motherfucker, man, he loves elf titties just as much as I do.
Who doesn't love elf titties?
Yes, he does.
No, who doesn't?
Oh, who doesn't? Alright, now.
Exactly.
We can find them and then break their legs.
Alright, we'll do that later.
Alright, later. Sony.
When we go out later, we'll go find some people.
Nah. And on Halloween night too, which we may or may not record. We'll leave that. But anyways, I've been enjoying that. Next one, this is my top pick for the season. Hands down, the best thing ever. Like, it's a gag comedy with kind of like poorly drawn a little bit, but that's the point. It's adapted from I think 4-Koma comic or something like that. I haven't found the source for it, so if I do, I'll correct myself later on. But it's I gotta look down here because it's a fucking long ass title. Okay, Sculpt Face Bookseller Honda-san, and the premise is it takes place in a bookstore, a Japanese bookstore, and they you've got the main character who's this guy Skullface. You know, he's got he looks like a skeleton with a fucking white shirt and a fucking apron, and a bookstore apron. So he's like working as a bookstore seller. And there's other random quirky characters that are equally as fucking strange as him, because they're portrayed. One of them has a paper bag over his head. One of them has a kitsune Japanese mask, and another is literally a night helmet. And they all do different aspects of the job. Like, Honda-san takes care of Western books, which he complains that every time he gets a shipment, they're heavy because they're thicker paper printed. They have hardcovers, and if you're very unlucky, they have something else included with it or something like that. So they're not light. And so, in episode 2, he like picks up oh, this is my order. Hold on, I got it. Snaps his back, and it's just fucking kind of funny because everyone who tries helping him out have that happen. He's like, oh, no, just let him do it. Like, he knows what to do. He's an expert. Okay. And, like, the second episode was funny just because, he's like, for you people who watched episode 1 and wanted to work at a bookstore, I thank you, but please reconsider. And I've always wanted to work at a bookstore because that's my niche right there. And, like, I love the quiet, you see, I've worked at a fucking gas station. I love helping people out, but you get dick customers, and with the bookstore, that's not the kind of clientele you get. Maybe every now and then, but I want to work at his bookstore because episode 1 revolved all around boys' love. So you got this fucking Fujoshi crew of like fucking. There's one of them's a Swedish girl. He's like, I am a Swedish Fujoshi, and if you don't know what a Fujoshi is, Sean, can you tell us what it is?
Trash.
There you go, a trash woman. I'm talking to you. You know who you're talking. You know who you are. But anyway, it's just a trash woman who likes these really trashy, like it's akin to those women who like those trashy paperback romance novels at a gas station or a bookstore. You know, those ones with like the sexy bod guys on them. It's akin to that, but they're like, I want some BL, and he's like, cat boy love and all this shit, and they just look at him and they're like, nah, too plain. And they're speaking to him in English. And he has to use his butchered English to help them out. Mostly boy BL thing. And they fucking fangasm over it. They just fucking take it like fucking good. And one of them, my favorite, is this old dude. Like, there's an old American, no, UK-ish or American, Western dude. He comes, he's like, I'd like to buy some manga. And he's like scrolling down his phone. He's like, it's for my daughter. And he shows him BL straight face, and it's a doujin. He's like, oh, we do not carry fanbook. And he's just trying to butcher, and the guy's like, kind of gives up. He's like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm just gonna say you don't have it. So it's my top pick, and I hope it continues to gag. I'm like maybe 2 or 3 episodes behind.
What else you got?
Zombieland Saga. I might continue it because it's cute. I really hate the producer, I guess, kind of character.
He's the only thing worth watching.
I don't like his character. Like, Rintaro was one thing, but he just throws him in these situations and just has an expectation that they'll succeed, and for the most part, it is. And
that's what a producer does.
I just hate that. Well, he doesn't help them with choreography. He doesn't get anyone for choreography. There's no fucking studio that they can record there. They complain like, oh, we should make a CD, and oh yes, we'll get a fucking recording studio and get this. Yeah, no, we got no money. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, what's the point of this guy? He's just making something.
Yeah, he's out making business deals, trying to do shit, and then they fuck it up.
Yeah, that's what happened this episode. So they got this pharmaceutical company, and they almost got the deal signed, and then like they're at a hot spring onsen, a hot spring inn, and so the girl that was the people that was making the deal, the chick. She sees the dead body girls, so basically the zombie girls, because they snuck out to try to take a bath, and then
sees all of them. They freak her out, and she gets too spooked to even remember what happened, and so the deal's off. The deal's off, and
it's a really funny, gaggy show. Like, I'm only in it for one character, and that's Derp Girl.
Tai. Is that Tai? Is that her name?
I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty sure she's Tai.
Okay, there's one girl, and she kind of has long hair with these little fucking split ends at the end, and she has no brain. And, she's my favorite character because she just kind of, like... She's just on an autonomous fucking dead body at this point. She has no fucking... Like, everyone else is already, like, awoken, so they're not in their zone. Alright, we got technical difficulties, but I'm gonna... Okay, we got technical difficulties, but I'm gonna roll it on. Watch Zombieland Saga for Derp Girl. She's my favorite. Next one is
certain magical index.
A certain magical index, also known as Torado Majutsu no Index. And I ended up watching the first episode of season 3, and just stopping it, and just like, I'm just gonna rewatch season 1 to 2, and I'm on episode 10. The main character does suffer the same problem that Gridman guy does, where he does have amnesia, like, because of he helps out Index, and like he gets his memory wiped by one of her magic spells, and it literally changes nothing about his character. He's still the same kind of person, except he has trouble remembering people. Like, and right now I'm on episode 10. I already introduced the alchemist and the deep blood girl, who's the Maiko, and I'm enjoying the show again.
Yeah.
Like, I've always enjoyed it, and I believe if my memory is right, he's gonna go back to visit his family soon, and so that's gonna be the weird arc where he sees people's faces, like he enters this angel area or something like that, and like his dad has the same face, but his mom looks like someone he knows, and then his Index looks like him. Actually, no. His mom looks like Index, and Index looks like him, the main character, I mean. So it's just like it fucking pisses him off and like gets him weirded off. So I'm just assuming that's where it's gonna be, but I'm gonna continue that. Last thing I'm watching, which is not even anything fucking related to anime, but it is related to Halloween. Dead Girl. I'm gonna have to give the synopsis for this one. So, a bunch of teenage high schoolers, fucking losers, by the way. That's literally they get bullied by fucking jocks and shit like that, and they can't get a girlfriend. So they just end up like busting around through like breaking into fucking like abandoned buildings and stuff like that. And they come across this, I believe, facility, and one of them and it houses a zombie girl, like chained up and all this stuff. And the main character's like, yeah, no, we gotta report this. But his friend's like, no, we're gonna fuck this. And that's the entire premise of the movie. Like, it's just a moral kind of quandary for him, because the guy, his best friend is degenerating slowly, like just smashing this fucking dead body thing. And I kid you not, the movie came ahead of its time. Like, if it came out today, well, there'd be so much shit on Twitter about it right now. But it came out a while back, like a few years back, and kind of went under the radar for a lot of things. But it's one of those horror movies that like I really enjoyed. Like, and it's not because it involves diddling a zombie girl, and mind you, she's cute. She's got a nice set of tits and all that shit. But no, the entire story is new. Like, it has nothing like that has ever been done before, and I'm just like, it was a really nice fresh thing for me. And if you ever get a chance and you feel like you can stomach something really edgy, dark, I'd recommend you watch Dead Girl. And that ends my segment.
All right,
so let's bring it in. I think I should start this one off.
Go for it.
So, I don't know if I've mentioned this game, Booty Calls. Alright, booty time. A few times. But I go back to it on and off. Like, it's a game you can play for like a minute or two straight on breaks, or like on a long Destiny fucking queue to load in. But there's a Halloween event for a few characters. Right now there's one for Lara. I think for Lara and Shannon. And they gave her like new CG animations or something like that. So it's a new thing for the gallery. Yeah. And there's new costumes and all that stuff. So I'm gonna be trying to unlock that before Halloween is over. Cause I've already collected a lot of stuff from it already. Yeah. All right, next game, Azure Lane. I still haven't gotten Akagi and Kaga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have not gotten them yet, and
you're gonna be in the Fox Mines for a while, boy.
I bet.
I think it took me about 300 3-4 runs to get both of them.
3-4 runs?
Well, 3-4 is the only map that you can get them from.
Oh, you don't roll them.
No, you can't. You can't construct them. You have to farm them.
No wonder I can't get... Okay, thank you for solving that. So there you go. You fixed my problem. But there's been some new things that have been going on. Right now, there's a... I don't know if the Halloween thing's happening right now.
Halloween's coming in...
Next week?
3 days, 4 days.
Okay.
Right now, they just dropped the Fallen Wings event, which is something that happened in China already. But it's happening right now in Japan and English. And it's it's insanely profitable. There's a bunch of new girls that are... A couple of them are really strong, and then you can get an insane amount of equipment and other resources, from the event. So
and well, there's that happening. you know, and there was also this thing on Twitter where you can unlock a special skin for Unicorn. Yeah. The ship Unicorn.
I got that one.
I got it too.
Actually, I bought the entire dorm setup too for her. The entire space setup.
I didn't.
I had like 3,000 extra dorm coins, so I just bought the entire thing.
How do you get dorm coins? Because I'm having trouble with it.
You can only get them from doing commissions and just every your dailies.
Shit. All right, I'm gonna have to get the commissions a lot more, but yeah, like I got that few things. And thank you for fucking helping me out with the Fox Girl help.
Yeah.
Like, now I gotta fucking suffer.
You're just gonna be grinding for weeks, man.
Yeah.
I think it took me about 2 weeks to get them both.
But at least it's free.
But you get you get them for free, and you'll get a ton of really good materials. You get one of the best. You get a blueprint for one of the best auxiliary items in the game from that same map.
Actually, yeah. What do I do with blueprints?
You can make equipment with them. So I'll show you that later. But as you get blueprints, you can make certain equipment, and from that specific map, you get one of the best auxiliary equipments for most characters in the game. So it's not that you're only getting the girls, but you're getting a lot of other stuff too.
Right.
So.
Now, I'd say the most important game I've been playing. Sean, can you tell me what the most important?
I hope it doesn't start with a D.
It might.
Then it's not important.
Okay. Destiny. I've been playing Destiny 2. Surprise, surprise. But I'm playing with my good thumb again, and just in time for the Halloween event, I've been grinding it out for like a certain auto rifle, which is light level 600, the max right now. And so I got it, and it just gave me a huge boost. So it's a pretty decent auto rifle. Mm-hmm. But I also got to relive the original campaign because I got my friend into it. I'm not going to give her name, but Vampire Lolly, that's her tag. And she just enjoyed a bunch of the trashy bits of it. Like she and I just shitpost for most of it, and like it was just fun. But she's into it. She's almost at my light level. Mind you, she boosted. So I'm just like, we ended up getting into a banter about like, she's like, I'm like, oh yeah, I've got this gear. I'm fucking like set up and everything. And she's like, oh wow, you're fucking showing off your privilege. And I'm just like, excuse me? Privilege? I fucking got here at the start of the game and grinded my ass off. And just did all this shit. And every week I'd hoped that I got a fucking gear that was higher than my light level. And you just boosted your ass to get to your light level at the prime time to get into Destiny. Fuck you, you're privileged. And it was just fun banter, but I've been enjoying the Halloween event, which is kind of like this, you have 15 minutes to do a run.
Yeah.
And in this fucking dark, spooky area, you got like your ghost giving you light, so it makes it really. I really don't want it to go away. It's the best thing. Like, it's fun. You fight. You go through the map, and you complete it to 100%. Then you do a boss fight, and then you keep going. So you got run 1, run 2, run 3, and you keep going until the timer goes out. And once it does, whatever map you're on, like whatever run you're on, like run 9. We'll throw that out there. I've never gotten there yet, by the way. You get to finish it. You just have restricted respawning. So like if you die, you're dead until like your countdown timer finishes, which is 30 seconds, or one of your teammates will revive you. And if you all die, you don't get your reward. So you get your reward, you just don't get it as big.
Yeah.
And the main thing I've been doing, Gambit, and I'm the Gambit god, man. Like there's people who use this cheap ass fucking like laser weapon. I'm just gonna call it that. Than a fusion rifle, but they just point, and literally a 0.5 second later, whatever is lined up is dead. No, not me. Like to counter that, I use a sniper rifle, and then I use this. If I'm really more fucked, I just fucking load up a rocket launcher. I'm just like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Grab a rocket launcher, and this rocket launcher, once it has sight on something, it locks onto them, and it tracks them when the rocket fires. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you. Just fire that shit off, and I just see it curve, and they're like, no shit. just fucking die, and it just feels great. But I earn my kills. Like I fucking run in there, I fucking fire my auto rifle. If they get too close, I switch to this shotgun that I grinded for hours. I got a decent roll on it for perks, and I got a mod in it. And I'm just like, all right, hold on. They're like 8 feet away, like, and they're trying to close in. I'm just like, shoot, their health is gone, and then I just punch them, and they just fucking get obliterated. And I could just take out a team with the right setup, like, and it's just great. And I've just been having fun with it, and I'm gonna be playing like tomorrow to get to just get to the max rank and then reset. But let me see, what else have I been doing with Destiny? That's about it. Just besides grinding out weapons and bantering out. That's all for my playing segment.
Yeah, obviously I've been playing Azure Lane as well. Like I said, the Fallen Wings update happened.
I haven't played it yet, so
yeah,
you gotta tell me.
I just have to 3-star the last normal mission, and then I'm gonna do all the hard mode missions for the event. But like I've already turned in a ton of my battle stars. You get an insane amount of rewards, like upgrade parts, like food for your dorm, like money. It's really insane how much stuff that you get. And there's some of the best guns. I think 2 of the best guns in the game that you just get for rolling your stuff from getting the battle stars, which is pretty insane. Been playing that. They've been releasing content so fast on there. It's actually impossible for most people, if you're not spending like thousands of dollars, to keep up with certain parts of getting of all the girls, just because all this content already exists and they're just basically porting it to the
US and
exactly. So it's just coming out blisteringly fast. So it's cool though, because you always have something to do. So you're never just at the point where you're like, oh, well, I'm just playing just because, I
mean, I'm not going to pay a dime on it unless it's certain skins, and even then, not much.
Right.
Yeah, not much that I want from it, so
yeah. So that's always fun. Also playing Battle Chasers Night War. Been playing this for a little while, just kind of casually. I haven't been really like going super hard on it, but like I said, it's definitely for like a hardcore RPG fans, like turn-based RPG fans. Like it's hard to like the game if you don't like turn-based games, because it's very slow-paced. All the battles take a while, but it's really good because there's a lot of strategy to it, especially how you set your team up. You can have every character be 2 different roles, more or less, just depending on how you build them. So that's been really fun. And last, I've been playing Shadow Warrior 2, which I got free from the GOG 10th anniversary last month. It's a pretty fun game. It's like it's a Borderlands style game where I guess a lot of games that RPG in a
a shooter.
Yeah, exactly, like Destiny or whatever now. But I think it probably takes
How
mostly.
dare you fucking say Borderlands is anything like Destiny?
Well, I was gonna
it's
say
it's better.
Yeah, Borderlands.
No,
is better.
not much. Borderlands 1, yes. Borderlands 2, no.
No. But this game definitely takes a lot of inspiration around it. It definitely it doesn't take itself seriously at all, except for the gameplay. Like the story, it doesn't give a fuck. Like it plays like a terrible B movie, and it makes fun of itself a lot. It doesn't make it doesn't mind making fun of itself. So, I mean, your fucking character's name is Lo Wang, and your fucking first katana that you get is called the Lil Wang. Got Lo Wang with his Lil Wang. Like it just makes fun of itself all the time. Like you have like
that reminds me of one of the games where like the guy's I don't know what the game was called, but the guy is like Hispanic or Latino or something like that. And he has a gun that has a skull on it that can transform into different guns, but he calls it the boner. So it's just
kind of like that kind of thing, It just doesn't mind making fun of itself, and like the character's like he's supposed to be Chinese, but
his name Lil Wang.
Lo Wang. Yeah.
Lo Wang?
Lo Wang.
Oh, not Lil Wang.
His katana is Lil Wang. But yeah, it's obviously like a white dude who's just like doing this like super like stereotypical Chinese accent, the whole time. It's really funny.
I mean, I love the idea. It kind of sounds like something out of the new Soul Calibur.
Right.
The customization and shit.
Yeah, it's like the game's pretty fun. It has a badass metal soundtrack that just comes and goes here and there depending on what you're fighting. It can be really cool. It's set in like almost like a cyberpunk Neo kind of Japan, like a Neo Tokyo cyberpunk thing.
So,
but it also
more
has
pollution, right?
Yeah, it's got like crazy lit up skyscapes, story or I want to say cityscapes, like almost like Blade Runner or something, but less pollution. And then it also has some parts where you're actually in like shrines, like you would be in Japan, out in the wilderness and stuff like that.
I mean, there are shrines in China, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there are, definitely. But
I mean, I don't want to go there to find out and risk being kidnapped. So, just saying.
But it's really cool because it's I like the setting a lot, and like the gameplay is really fun. Like you can do any kind of gameplay. Like it's got melee, has you can hold 8 weapons at once, so you can use an entire arsenal like Doom style. Multiple melee weapons, multiple like grenade launchers, SMGs, assault rifles, like all kinds of stuff. So you're encouraged to just use like 5 different weapons per fight. So it's really fun. And like I said, I got it for free, so I'm not complaining. I think they charge still like.
Wait, how'd you get it for free? And if I can get it for free?
No, not anymore. Oh. So it was again the last month when GOG had its 10th anniversary. They were just giving it away for free. So I think they charged like $40 for it. So
nope.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Well, I can. But
yeah, you can now because you don't have it. But anyways, that's all I've been playing. So I guess I'm bringing in for the next segment. I'll go first here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how meaty your news segment is. Not much. No.
Now reading here. So,
reading. There we go.
So I've got nothing. Well, what's new, right?
Yeah, what's new?
One day I'll read.
Where did I have my book? Read.
Oh, I got you. Fam.
Alright, so I've been reading a good number of short stories from the Necronomicon, the Eldritch Tales book. Yeah, there you go. Can you? Thank you. See. Yeah, you're a doll. Thank you, babe.
Eldritch Tales.
Yeah, Eldritch Tales. It's a huge omnibus of a lot of his collections. There is a part 2 to it called The Necronomicon, and it has the remainder, I believe. If not, there's more. I still got a lot to go through. I've also got other mini books of H.P. Lovecraft somewhere around the house, like paperback. But if you can hear it, I can murder someone with this. And,
that boy thick.
Yeah, it's thick. And it's just, I've been reading a good number of shorts from it. I'm even using a magic card as a bookmark. Just had it right there. There we go. So, it's just a token kind of thing. But I've been reading a good number of things from it. My personal favorite that I want to shout out is the Crawling Chaos, which is related to...
Nyarlathotep?
No, that is a... Yeah, actually it is.
That is Nyarlathotep?
No. Actually, technically, the Crawling Chaos is the Avastos, because it is it's mentioning this kind of star being thing, kind of crazy, and it's a lot of the fan base believe it's Avastos, and then there's Nyarlathotep, who is called the Crawling Chaos. So it's just like those are the shorts that I've read, and the Crawling Chaos I firmly believe is Avastos related. And, just Lovecraft kind of forgot, or he made it after, or before Nyarlathotep. I gotta check later on exactly, just because I feel bad that I don't know. But Nyarlathotep is my favorite, just because he's this dude, this elder god he's the only elder god that actually interacts with humans, and if we ever get an anime adaptation of a H.P. Lovecraft show that isn't Nyaruko-chan or something like that, he'd be the main villain, and he'd be a damn good villain, mind you. Tentacle arms everywhere, man. Like, he'd fucking shoot his hand out, and his fingers would become other tentacles to grab you. I'm just saying, man, this guy's fucking nuts. And I just love that story. And there's a bunch of other stories in it. One of them is the Alchemist. It's called The Alchemist or something like that, if I can find it. Yeah, The Alchemist. It's kind of one of his plain stories where it's not really related to elder gods or these crazy fucking eldritch beings. No, it's just kind of a little simple and spooky. But, it's the Halloween season. 'Tis the season to be spooked. Pick this up if you can. Hardcover, mind you. it's worth to read, and it's definitely worth the collection because it has a nice fucking gold lettering to it. Come on, look at it, shines in the light. You could blind your friends with it. You could throw it at your brother and knock him out. What more do you not love?
Nice.
The next thing I've been reading is up on the screen too. I'm gonna butcher this, but please bear with me. I've been reading Komi-san is Bad at Communicating, or the Japanese title, Komi-san wa komisho desu.
Komisho desu?
Komisho desu. Fuck you. See what I mean?
I actually don't know. You're right.
Komisho?
Komusho.
Komusho. Okay. There you go. Komi-san wa komisho desu. So, the premise is, follows this dude who, like, kind of has this interaction with this, girl at a school called, Komi-san. And she's this cool beauty who's, like, people think she's, like, so fucking great. Like, she's kind of, like, she gets people confessing to her, and she kind of glares at them like she's trying to destroy you with her mind kind of deal, and they get intimidated, but they love her for that reason. Mm-hmm. When in reality, which the main character figured out, she's just really super shy. Like, she was taught at an early age to, when she's talking to someone, look them in the eye, but it also triggers her shyness, so she has trouble speaking. And so she can only speak without making eye contact. So, and when she kind of has a habit of, like, making short, like, saying things shortly, or overly explaining things and all that stuff. So it's just a kind of added to her quirk. But her main goal is to have 100 friends and all that stuff. And the main character becomes her first friend. And I didn't get too far. I believe I'm on chapter... it's after the trap. Okay, I'm on chapter 14. Mm-hmm. And, you know, this trap dude that is the guy's childhood friend, who is everyone's childhood friend, because that was his goal. He's like, he's this dude who dresses as a girl, basically, so people just know her as her, even though he's a dude and all this shit. He's like, oh, you're my childhood friend, yay! You're also my childhood friend. You're also my childhood friend. Everyone's my childhood friend. And she couldn't be, couldn't, you know, couldn't befriend Komi-san because he got intimidated. When in reality, when he finds out, he's like, oh, you're just really, really shy. Oh, I feel silly, but he still kind of gets triggered when he makes eye contact with her still. And he's like, you know, when he hears that she wants to have 100 friends, he's like, huh, that's small? Because he has over, like, 1 million or something like that. So this guy is fucking lit. But it revolves around Komi-san and her goal to make 100 friends, and she's super shy, and I want to protect her. Like, everyone wants to protect her. She fucking when she makes her second friend, he's like, oh, Komi-san, looks like you have a friend. It's the next panel is like she's stiff. And the next panel she just jumps in the air. It's kind of a derpy. She's drawn like that, except that it looks a little cuter.
Yeah, she's not Sans from Undertale.
Yeah, there you
obviously.
Go. Yeah, and is that what it is? No wonder I don't like it.
Did you just now get that?
I never played Undertale. I made it adamant to fucking Sans, not play it.
With his one burning eye and his jacket.
Never fucking played it. I hate Undertale. So
instead of Komi-san, it's Komi-sans. Now you get it. He just understood.
Anyways, yeah, so she's happy, and it's trying to draw like that, and it's really cute, and there's like over 160 chapters. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna be specific on that because there's probably more.
Right.
But I'm gonna continue it, and I'm gonna feel good every step of the way because I'm caught up on Goblin Slayer. There we go. I'm caught up on Goblin Slayer. There's no Berserk chapters out. And I'm not going to read World End Harem. I've been meaning to, but I won't. And that's all I've been reading.
Alright, well, let's bring it again.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, can you put this away for me too? Just throw it on the bed. Just toss it that way. There you go. Thank you. Fucked up. Alright. News.
I don't have much. If you want to go.
Yeah, I'm going to go first. I have the meatiest one. News, I'm going to start in no particular order, but Sean, I'm sure you've heard the new Azure Lane event is out.
Of course.
Alright, enough said. Next one, this is probably one thing I'm more happy about. Destiny 2 is going to finish off their Halloween event, starting on the 30th or 31st, I believe, with, actually, so basically on Tuesday, yeah, the 30th, a lot of the last event is going to be this adventure kind of quest where you kind of solve a murder about missing character from Destiny 1, and well, they said it's a murder, so the guy's dead. It's just in the game lore, he's missing. So we're gonna find out what happened to him, and you're gonna get an exotic weapon from Destiny 1 called fuck, I forgot what it was.
Sounds lame.
Sounds lame. No. But yeah, I'm excited for it just because I've already played this game far enough. I'm almost got everything for the Titan class. I need something more, man. And yeah, enough said. Next one. We're gonna go with something good. You heard about the NPC meme?
Of course.
Alright, so I'm gonna give some context to this. So there was this study by a college that, or a university that I kind of haven't. I didn't do enough research on it. It was last minute, but it doesn't matter for the context of it because the research basically is about it got a group of people and they're like, okay, you're gonna have these alarms, and at these alarms you're gonna write down what you're doing, what you're thinking at that moment, and it turns out a majority of them just didn't really have that much thoughts or actions or anything like that, which makes sense, because if you're constantly working your brain and moving around, you're just gonna get tired out and all that stuff. So if you ever have those brain dead moments where you're doing something mindlessly or you're just sitting around there and you're not thinking of anything, that's just basically it. But that's nothing to do with the NPC meme. So because of the study, I don't know who started a 4chan, right?
It was there was a 4chan post that just a dumb post that guy said I firmly believe that there are only a finite amount of souls on Earth, and that the ones that the people that don't have souls are the ones just going around spouting the same things to each other, again, and there's only when certain people die that the other souls can inherit their bodies or whatever, and the rest of them are just mindless drones spouting the exact same things in like a mob mentality,
Yeah, and it's nice. Yeah, you just summed it up perfectly because there's a bunch of NPC meme shit coming out, videos of Oblivion memes came back, man.
Yeah.
So by storm. So it's just are you gonna come to my fucking recital? Oh, when is your recital? And I'm just yes, it's back. And I've never played Oblivion, but I love it because of the fucking apple.
Damn.
It's just the poison apple. It's just I love it. But that's not even the most important part. The important part is Twitter.
Yeah.
People got fucking angry on Twitter because of this stupid meme. And it's just what are you saying? You're just fucking belittling people. And so, Twitter, they fucking rage. And, 4chan, of course, we culturally appropriated the meme even further.
Right. To
make it spout a bunch of, SJW stuff. So we're just basically, it was off as a friendly start, and now this meme has become the go-to face of the PC culture.
Right.
And I'm just saying, people are getting more triggered by it.
I mean, that's what's making it big. It's because they're so angry about it, that's what's
making it big.
Bigger. It would have just died off like every other meme if no one cared about it, but everyone's so offended by it that they're like, oh, we can just apply this to you. It's
sexist, it's bigot, it's homophobic, xenophobic, or Islamophobic. I love it. It's just making the fucking internet angry. Actually, I'm not angry. It's just a good portion of the internet are just fucking laughing, and then everyone else is just suffering.
Right.
And I feel young again. Every time the fucking internet grieves, I just feel younger.
Right.
Yeah. So, next one. Funimation and Crunchyroll end their partnership.
So does that mean you're gonna have to get multiple subscriptions to watch your stuff?
probably. Like, I'm worried if it's gonna affect the index. I think what's on Crunchyroll right now is still gonna be on there, and what's on Funimation from Crunchyroll is still gonna be on there. But
yeah, man,
I
Crunchyroll's
believe,
so great. You only have to subscribe to 4 different fucking services to get all the anime in a season.
Yeah,
that's
so,
definitely a good thing.
I think I believe there was like this thing like because I think Funimation is owned by Sony or something like that, and Crunchyroll is their competitor technically.
Maybe I'm
or
not
something.
sure.
I'm not even sure. Like, but it was done for a business purpose because it was two competitors working together at the same service, so it wasn't gonna last for long. But hey, I benefited from it a lot in these recent weeks. So, whatever happens in the future with this ending of the partnership, who knows? Some good things might happen, or some terrible things will happen.
Hopefully, Crunchyroll dies. That's the only good thing they could do. It won't happen.
It won't happen, and plus, Santi will be sad.
He can get his Naruto somewhere else.
Yeah, will you get it for him?
I'd get it for him.
Alright. But anyways, yeah, that partnership is ending. Next thing is CD Projekt Red gets sued by the Witcher author. They're the guys who made the Witcher games and all that stuff, and they...
I mean, there's one guy that's suing, the guy who wrote the books. Yeah, that's who's suing.
Yeah, because, context of it is, when CD Projekt Red came to it, they initially gave him an offer of, like, okay, we're gonna give you royalties for this, and he just basically didn't believe in a video game book title,
and
he
think anything would come. He sold it for very little, no royalties.
Yeah, he asked for the money up front, so it was literally not much in the long run. And Witcher became a big hit, and now he's kind of angry. But the good thing that came out of it is the writer of Metro 2033 spoke out on Twitter, saying that what the Witcher author did is very petty because he signed himself up for this deal and he screwed himself over.
He didn't believe in his own product that it would become
and
big.
Dude, honestly, and this is coming from one of my favorite game titles, Metro 2033. I could fucking dick ride that game forever. It's fucking great. Its atmosphere is so fucking great. I still need to get that prostitute, by the way. I haven't figured that out. I don't think you get pussy. I think you get mugged. But either way, I need to get that ending. I need to get that fucking...
Alright.
That thing... That, cut thing to happen. Yeah. But yeah, that's from the first game. But, I love the game series so much. It's really atmospheric. It feels good. It's got a nice post-apocalyptic Russia feel to it. And, for the motherland, man. Just great. Mm-hmm. But yeah, CD Projekt Red isn't good so good right now. There's a bunch of shit happening with them over a tweet, which I'm not going to get into.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not going so hot for them these past 2 weeks. Let's see. Next thing is Shadow of the Tomb Raider gets review bombed, and that's because it ended up going on sale. I'd say I think the game came out a month or two ago, and so it went on sale recently. It's over now, but people got angry because they paid the game full price or pre-ordered it, and they could have gotten it for 40% off or something like that. And the main reason Square did it is just so okay, we didn't get enough sales on it initially. We're gonna try to lower the price so that we can get more sales on it, and it's a smart business choice. And I back Square's decision on this, and it's not saying much because Nomura's in it.
Damn, you backing Square and Nomura?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay,
I'm just backing Square. And that's just saying much because Nomura is involved somehow. Yeah. So I'm just...
I see.
Yeah.
So you love Nomura, that's what you're saying.
Fuck you. Anyways, I back Square's decision for this, but, these people got really angry that they just decided to make negative reviews for nothing. And right now, the game got good reviews, but now it's on mixed reviews on Steam, so, I'm just gonna say it right now. For you guys who bought the game... It's a part of the game, Sometimes, I've had these issues where, I buy a game at, maybe full price or maybe, 10% off, and then it turns out literally, if I waited 2 months down the road or a week down the road, I could have gotten it at a better price or a humble bundle or something like that. So it's just like
never pre-order
games. Never. Okay, I wouldn't say
there's like very
never,
very small situations where you should pre-order games.
If it's something you really really like, you better put your money where your mouth is.
If you're just like, oh yeah, like I kind of like, I think I might like this game. You know, I'll just pre-order it.
Don't pre-order it.
Just wait like a month, and you'll get it probably like 25 to 50% off.
Like. I want to buy. I'm gonna pre-order the fucking new Metro 2033 game. Or whatever Metro it is right now, because I think he has a kid in this one. But I'm gonna buy that game just because the first two games are fucking good. Like it's a franchise I will back up, and I did that for Dead Space 1 and 2. I didn't get 3 because I didn't have an Xbox at the time, and I wasn't gonna get an Xbox at the time. But I knew down the road I would, and then I found out the review, so I saved money on that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I paid full price for one game in the past year. It was Persona 5. That's it.
It's still worth it.
And it was hella worth it.
It's still $60, I think, right?
Yeah, it's still, I'm pretty sure it is still $60.
Like,
so.
if you can get it cheaper, comment below. Please comment below. Where just send it my way. I needed my own copy. I need to give his back. And
then I'm going to pay full price for the new Smash game, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I rarely pay full price for games because you can like almost always get games for cheaper.
Yeah.
Unless it's like very specific situations. Like Nintendo pretty much never discounts their games.
No.
Even like 10 years down the line, you're still paying full price. Like, so Nintendo, it's like, okay, well, you know, otherwise it's like other AAA games, and especially indie games, almost always you get them on sale.
Well, bottom line that I'm trying to say is, you guys who review bombed it, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should really put your money where your mouth is. If you did not believe this was going to be a good game, you know, you wouldn't have paid the money for it. It's worth your money. And that's all I want to say. I just look down on people like that.
True.
I bet my thumb at you. Anyways, next thing. Goblin Slayer still triggers people. Moving on.
Yeah, just keep going.
Maple Story 2, you know, gets flack because there's user-made content.
I love it, dude. I've been seeing some good stuff, like
MAGA hats.
I've seen the political stuff. I've been seeing like meme shit. Like I've been seeing so much funny ass stuff. Like, and
this is all just user-made stuff. Like, you don't. It's not really a part of the game. Like, you just buy it for yourself cosmetically.
So you don't have to buy it. You don't even have to like. You just find whatever you want. If you want to find some user-made content that's just fucking meme-y or whatever, just get it.
I'm not that interested in Maple Story 2. Like, it looks cute. I remember playing Maple Story 2 back when
1, you mean?
1, my bad. I remember playing the original Maple Story with a gal friend of mine, and
I mean, I don't know.
I have good memories from playing Maple Story 2 just because it was memey.
Almost everyone who's played MMOs played Maple Story 1 at some point.
Everyone.
It's free, so it's like everyone just like dipped their toes in.
I think this one is free too, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so like, but right now Maple Story 2 has these modded content stuff that you can buy. And it just is triggering people because, you know, there's some political stuff in there. And it's just to piss people off, or just like, oh god, you can get a MAGA hat, I'm gonna get it, or something like that. And I'm just like, it affects nobody but you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're just offended.
No one is gonna see it. No, it's not gonna show up on any. I believe it doesn't show up on any other character, right?
No, like, it's you buy it for your character.
Yeah, so you can see it.
You can see it in the World Hub, but when you're doing like dungeons and stuff by yourself or whatever, no one else sees it.
Yeah, no one else sees it.
Just you.
So like, people are getting angry over it, and it's just they're just wasting their breath,
like they always do.
Yeah, you know, people. You know, we live in an era where people are so petty. So, you know, hey, I'm having a good laugh. I wasn't gonna get Maple Story 2. I might look into it now, just so I can see the modded content.
Just let dumb shit be dumb shit, and don't worry about it so much. You know, it doesn't mean anything really. Yeah,
like people just don't know how to chill. And let's see. Last thing, I believe. No, there's two things actually. New Senran Kagura game. I forgot the title for it, but it gets censored, I believe, by Sony.
Oh, okay, so this is a port of the 3DS game.
Ooh.
That got ported to some modern consoles. And yeah, so Sony has a few new censorship things. This is how the like the Omega Labyrinth game got canceled. And now this happened, where the intimacy mode was taken out of Senran Kagura and all that stuff. Yeah.
Like so basically, like a lot of the Senran Kagura stuff that happened or before, like you could like have these random like cosmetic stuff that you can put on your characters. Like you could kind of make it kind of a little sexualized, but it's really safe for work. Like fucking giant sushi rolls, like this fucking long, and you just have them in their mouth, in the girl's mouth, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really harmless stuff, mind you. The people who play it are you and me, boy, like you and me. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, because I actually have this 3DS one.
You do. You gotta let me play
it.
You gotta let me play it.
I think it's actually still sealed. I have 2 of the 3DS games. One of them I think is sealed, and one I've played.
Okay. But yeah, this new game isn't happening, I believe, right?
I
mean,
no, you mean buying it or well, again, it's a port of the 3DS.
Also, it's out.
Yeah,
but future title they're not gonna have this.
It's delayed, I believe, because they're taking out the intimacy mode and this stuff, you know, from Sony.
And
Sony's
this is
censorship
PC
policies.
Port?
PS4.
Yeah,
PS4 and PC. The PC one is uncensored.
Okay, see, I'm gonna just get the PC version of it.
Exactly.
So yeah, don't get the Sony version. Whatever you do, don't even buy anything from Sony anymore. Barely buy anything from Sony
unless it's only exclusive. Like, just don't bother.
Don't. Like, Sony is kind of a bad company right now. You know,
it's kind of weird. I mean, they used to be one of the most liberal, or I mean, not liberal, but
well, liberal is fine.
I guess liberal
is free.
Exactly.
Free.
They were the most like open to any kind of content, and now they're kind of being the ones that are like the fucking Nintendo of
the Nintendo police is.
And now Nintendo doesn't mind all this fucking lewd stuff, and so it's kind of funny how the roles reversed.
Well, you see that they kind of experimented with the GameCube, and. You know, they got initial success because of it, but it kind of hurt them in the long run because of their kid-friendly reputation. And now they've gotten awareness that most of the kids that used to buy Nintendo products are grown up.
Right.
So yeah, they've matured a little, and they still make a lot of good kid-friendly content.
But absolutely. But they don't mind they don't mind the lewd stuff on there, like Doom and like the lewd-esque, you know, like Fire Emblem games.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Or Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Xenoblade Chronicles. God. Yeah. I mean, they're the ones going like full, open, and Sony's the one that are being fucking the
little bitches about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is actually even harming not only the games that are being ported to the US, but actually Japanese developers. I believe there was a visual novel that was supposed to be released on PS4. That there was a developer that did an interview recently, and they said that they were having problems because Sony was having to censor their actual visual novel. Yeah, and this is only like a Japan only release, so it's like the new censorship policies that Sony had have not affected just ports, but stuff in Japan as well. Like,
yeah,
so it's kind of getting more far-reaching.
Yeah, honestly, this is why I watch anime, just because, like, anime does... A lot of Japanese stuff don't give a fuck about Western thought. They're just happy with their market.
Right.
It just so happens that, we people in the West love anime, but we can't handle some of the stuff, like Goblin Slayer. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, Sony's trying to follow this trend, and it's gonna bite them in the ass. And what does the old adage say?
The what?
The old adage that we've adopted. Get woke, go broke.
Get woke, go broke.
There you go. Thank you.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So
don't give Sony your money right now. Make them change their shit before you do.
All right. Now that ends our news topic. Not so busy one, but
Oh, I don't.
You got news?
You got news? I don't get to go.
Oh, whoops! I was looking at your reading. My bad. Go, man, boy.
I just got a couple things. Nothing big here. So, Devil May Cry 5 has an ultra limited edition that costs $8,000 US.
I'm not paying for it.
Have you seen this?
I've never seen this.
So
you don't have to show this to me.
So what it has, it's just a game, and it's like, and all this stuff, but it comes with a fucking leather jacket replica of Dante's jacket, and that's what you're paying the extra $7,940 for.
It's probably not worth that much.
No,
like
I mean,
I've bought a fucking black leather jerkin for like literally $200.
Yeah,
and
I mean, this jacket, it's pretty fucking huge and everything, and it is real leather and everything. So I would assume maybe it's probably worth like 1,000 at the very most, because it is fully like 100% like replica of Dante's.
This
like,
thing's better be made
tailored.
out of a demon.
But $8,000, they're fucking going.
If it's not made out
there.
of demon,
yeah,
then it's not worth the money.
And they also have 2 other jackets. One that's like 6,000, which is Nero's replica, and then they have one for their new character V, which is like 5,000 or something like that. It's a character in the new game.
Is she the trashy looking one?
No. It's a new character from one of the new trailers. Okay. But yeah, they're asking like thousands of dollars just for replica leather jackets. It's pretty insane.
There is someone that is gonna buy it, and I'm looking at you right now. I am disappointed in you. You could use that money for other things. You could buy a car with that.
Yeah.
Not a good one, but it'll get you to places.
You can do a lot of
what can you do with the leather jacket? Are you gonna fucking ride it to work? No. It's just a paperweight for your game. Alright, but
yeah, so I just thought that was funny to mention. So
well, you know, as me and my friend say, Capcoms are Jews.
Yeah.
Don't be offended by that, by the way.
No. They like to...
And if you do, I don't care.
Yeah. We're not anti-Semitic, we're just anti-Jewing.
Okay, we just don't like it that people are fucking money grubbing. There we go. Mizuryu. Or, Scroogey. It's not that time of year yet, but soon.
Right. So, next year, so there was an interview with Sega, some Sega people recently, that said that they're actually working on doing some stuff, and that they believe that the Dreamcast games will be ported to Switch soon. So they're actually working on, emulating stuff so they can port over some games to Switch, which is pretty cool. So things like Sonic Adventure, Skies of Arcadia, Phantasy Star Online, Jet Set Radio.
So like a Dreamcast emulator in the Switch?
Sort of, yeah, but I mean, they'll just port the games over individually, so they're just trying to figure out how to emulate Dreamcast 2.
They can't be full price $60, that's for sure.
No, I doubt they would be. I mean, if you look at all the other... I mean, they've already ported a lot of these to PC, and they're like anywhere from $5 to maybe like $15 usually, maybe $20 at the most. But, you get like Space Channel 5, like some of the classics from there that you might see on Switch soon, which would be pretty good just because Switch seems like a good console for those kind of games. Especially if they actually fucking... I doubt they would do this, but if they actually put Phantasy Star Online and actually open like a server that you could play Phantasy Star Online, that'd be amazing.
That would be amazing, but
that was technically my first MMO, and
Phantasy Star. Yeah, it was a lot of people's MMOs. I didn't play it.
I've got some good memories from that game, even though it's complete trash.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I
doubt they'd open a server, but maybe people put private servers. They can make their own
if they could.
They definitely can because they have some now, but I guess with Switch maybe it's harder. But who knows?
I'm assuming if they port, if somebody doesn't shut it down. Then yeah, they can do it. But if they're gonna have a
Sega doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, all right. I mean, it is an old title. They're not gonna make money out of it.
Exactly, they pretty much can. So private servers, they don't care. So.
Okay.
Something that just was announced, I think today. 2B joined the cast of Soul Calibur 6. So she was officially announced today.
You're kidding me, right?
Yeah, 2B in Soul Calibur 6. I was like, damn.
What console is Soul Calibur in? Xbox 2, right?
Or is it PS4? I think it's on just about everything, if I had to guess. Probably PS4, Xbox, and...
if there's a PC version, I'll probably get it down the line, and if you get it, well, fight me.
Alright, boy. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. I love 2B. I love Nier Automata.
Yeah, I love her too.
More representation of 2B is
always good.
Good. And her model looks great in that. She's got some cool moves. Her animations are perfect.
Does she do the exploding bit?
I don't know if they have that though. I don't know if they went for that far.
I feel like they could.
All of her fighting animations look exactly the same though. As
I feel like she could be faster and deal a little more damage, but take more damage.
Blow off the skirt.
Yeah, blow off the skirt, man.
I don't know. Are they that brave to do it?
Well, have you seen the fucking customization stuff?
Oh yeah.
You got the Chad. You got the fucking horseman with his horse cock.
Yeah.
Come on, it's already gone too far.
They've definitely gone pretty deep. I love the customization. There's some funny ass
I've seen some Slugbox stuff from it. Like he's done a lot of good stuff, but my personal favorite in general is the Chad. You know, the Chad meme where it's just and like
he walks exactly like
it's like Tekken customization, Soul Calibur customization. It's the fucking Chad with his spiked up fucking blonde hair.
Yeah, he's got the out shirt and the fucking yellow pants. It's hilarious.
I fucking love it. It's just great.
It's good shit. And then last, so BlizzCon is next weekend. I believe the November 3rd or something like that. 3rd, 4th, 2nd or 3rd, something like that. It's next weekend. So we're actually gonna maybe we'll see something interesting. Small possibility. Things I'm hoping for.
No more BlizzCon?
That'd be nice, but it won't happen.
No.
They make way too much money. Oh, dude, they sell out tickets like...
Yeah. I would personally like to go to BlizzCon, but the tickets are expensive.
Yeah.
I may live nearby, but it's still too far away for me.
Right. Still like 4 hours away or something like that.
So, I mean, it's hard.
But
I would love to. And honestly, I don't like this year's... custom stuff that you get. I know you can get a custom. I know you get an exclusive Hearthstone stuff. You know, card back. You also get some stuff for other games. But Overwatch, I don't like Demon Hunter Sombra. It looks fucking stupid.
I don't know. I've never bought a ticket, so I have no idea about that stuff. Even the virtual ticket, I never bought one. I'm not gonna check out BlizzCon. So whatever news happens, we'll bring you in next. I'll bring it in next podcast. So a few things I'm just hoping for: Warcraft 3 remastered. I don't think it's very likely, but I'd like it. Diablo 2 remaster seems pretty likely, actually, and I'd be pretty down for that. Diablo 2, one of my favorite games of all time. I still play it like every year or two. Diablo 4 is not happening. They already kind of mentioned that. No, they didn't. No, there were hints of it, but then they released a blog post saying, you know, lower your expectations. You know, we're got some stuff, but we're not going to throw anything big. I got into an argument with someone on a Facebook group chat about you know, Diablo 4. Like, God dang, they should make Diablo 4, and I'm just like, Diablo 4? What's Diablo 4? Do you mean Diablo 1 and 2 remastered? Yeah. And she just got fucking triggered. I mean, well, we were making light banter of it, but like she really wanted Diablo 4, and I'm just like, no. Like Diablo 3 was not successful. Diablo 3 was probably was my biggest letdown for like years, just because of how bad it was. And that's why I'm glad Path of Exile fixed my itch for Diablo 3 basically. Story, yeah. But I don't care really about Diablo 4 unless they completely just rip out the entire team that they have for Diablo 3 right now and get, like, you know, people like David Brevett back in and stuff like that. But that ain't happening now with new Blizzard. Alright. But that's about it. So that's it for you now? Yeah, that's it. Right. Let's bring it in. I should have done this earlier anyway. That wasn't news. That was goodness. Wholesome goodness. Alright, next one. Our main topic. Happy Spooky Week. Yeah, Spookotober Week. Oh, I don't fucking know how to say it. Halloweeb. There we go. We're gonna call it Halloweeb now. But yeah. So we got 6 total recommendations for you guys for some Halloween anime to get your just get your Halloween fix here, you know. And it's just anime, and then we could have probably put movies, or fucking comics, or fucking something. We could have done something. We'll throw that in next year, maybe. Yeah, next year maybe, but or video games. But yeah, you know, we wanted to be weebs for Halloweeb season. So you know, like our shirts, you know, nothing scarier than Mizuryu K. T-pose. Nothing scary. Actually, I can't T-pose. I'm afraid of knocking these down. Yeah. Okay, seriously though, who's gonna start this one off? Drunken. Alright, go. Alright. Dirty Casuals first, Drunken. Alright. So my main topic, I'm going to start from worst to greatest. So, I'm going to talk about an anime that is very close to my 2 hearts. You know, it's La Noche de Walpurgis, Bible Black. And, there's so many layers to this one. Like, I started off as a young lad, you know, looking up hentai. As every young lad, and how, you know, as every young
as every young weeb has.
Yep.
You know, and they come across very shittily drawn 90s anime.
Yep.
I mean, animation. And they come up to this scene where it comes with the nurse with the retractable penis, which was my first initial statement. And I kind of left it at that. And then I found out that there's two other parts. And so there's just so much to talk about. Like, it revolves around kind of like this school who, like, do black magic and pagan shit and just summon demons with a bunch of, like, virgin school girls that get into orgies to summon all these things.
Lots of semen.
Yeah, just
is a
just
catalyst for rituals.
Yeah, and, well, you know, it just has so many layers to it. But, you know, Battle Black is one of those anti-animation that has something to give for everyone and a lot of stuff that you didn't ask for. And my personal favorite is the shotgun scene. So, you know, there's this guy kind of like, is he raping her or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this guy's just rapes these schoolgirls and he's got a shotgun in one hand and a stick in this other girl. And he shoves his shotgun in there and he just starts just thrusting that thing in like a dick, and like when he nuts, it pounds away. Luckily, fortunately, in my opinion, before he blows the trigger, because you know that pussy was so good that his finger slipped, and you know, well, fucking blood everywhere. But yeah, Bible Black. You know, if it's definitely it would have been number one, but it's not for everyone. It's not even my personal favorite. It's probably more related to Halloween than I can ever think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I mean, that's funny enough. That was my first experience into hentai. I think is when I was probably 12 or something. You know, you're online and you're finding, you know,
stuff you didn't ask for.
It's basically I would find 2-minute clips of
Bible
hentai.
Black, yeah,
just random hentai. Yeah.
And Bible Black would be in there.
And Bible Black was one of the first ones I found, and I just remember watching a scene of this girl, and I'm like, oh yeah, she looks pretty hot, and then the dick just shoots right out.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like, oh, that's what I just got into. I'm just fucking 12. I haven't even watched much porn at all. Like, this is one of my.
This is everyone's. It's a rite of passage. If you get into anime, chances are you will come across hentai, and chances are you will come across Bible Black.
And so
and if you haven't, it just hasn't happened to you yet. Yeah. It just hasn't.
I think that's just what helped shape me as who I am today.
Yeah. I mean, and we're not degenerates. We're just like, we just know it exists, and it's just like, oh my god, it's definitely a product of its time because it's really crudely drawn now. Well, I mean, Queen Bee is still something horrible.
Queen Bee is actually worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So
if you're looking for horror, then just
Queen Bee. Any Queen Bee product.
Terrifying. All right. So what else you got here for us?
Next one. This is definitely up there for me personally because I have almost all the manga. I have some of it in storage. I don't have it on me right now, but there is an anime for it that you can watch, and it's really good. It's a really decent adaptation. Dancing the Vampire Bund. The basic synopsis is there's this vampire lolly queen who is the queen of the vampires basically, and like she decides to like use this space in Japan, which is basically like a little small island of like off the coast of like I think Tokyo or something like that. Mm-hmm. And she uses that as a exclusive vampire haven, and like she kind of becomes like her own like state within the government of Japan and all this stuff. So like there's some tension between vampires and like humans, but she's basically accepting all vampires. Like, okay, look, we're gonna accommodate all vampires here, and we're gonna try to coexist with humans and all this stuff. But this is where you're gonna be staying, and it's just like a really interesting show because there's a lot of fucking like tension between Vampire Lolly Queen and her bodyguard, who's this teenage fucking werewolf kid who really fucking admires her because he met her when he was a young kid and they were really good friends. Then he grew up and she didn't, and he realized his family protects her. Mm-hmm. So he gets involved with this, and like he respects her and he holds back his feelings for her, and like it's a cold fucking war, man, of fucking emotions between them because they want to fuck, but they can't because she has to be pure for these fucking 3 pure-blooded vampire pricks who are like, yeah, when you fucking fully mature, one of us is gonna dick you. And one of the fucking manga chapters, this didn't go into the anime, but one of the manga chapters is they come in for an inspection just to kind of assert their dominance. So all right, we're gonna see if you still got your hymen, basically. And so I'm just like, fuck, girl, you're fucking doing this willingly. You're just biting your fucking tongue, like, just like, you know, you're the queen of the vampires, but you're still fucking upheld by these fucking, like, standards in vampire society. And what I really like about the lore is the vampires came from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
So South America. So they're not from, like, Transylvania or Wallachia or whatever. No,
right.
They're fucking from South America. You know, and I just love it. And it's definitely really good. Next thing, this is probably my top pick. The best horror anime you should watch in Halloween. Shiki.
I love Shiki.
I love Shiki.
I watched it when it aired.
I watched it a year after, technically.
Mm-hmm.
I checked it out, and then I was just like, oh shit, I gotta watch other stuff. And then like a year later, I came across it again. I was like, oh yeah, I was watching this. I liked it. I should watch it. So I started on episode 1, and then I just stuck with it. And it's one of those shows that builds up really slowly. Like the first half of the anime is just a bunch of like these village people falling like prey to an illness and dying off one by one and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all thinking it's like some sort of like virus or bacteria or illness or something like that, when in reality it's that there's these vampires that moved in recently that just have to feed, and like people who die sometimes come back as vampires, and so they have to feed. So it's just like it progresses into a epidemic, and the one person who's trying to fucking solve this is a doctor, and he's just like not figuring this shit out. And then he's like, oh gosh, it's like they're fucking, like we got vampires, and it fucking clicks on him, and he's just like, no, that can't be it. But it slowly progresses to be more of a reality. He sees correlations and stuff about it, and it ends up, what solidified it for me, like I was about to nearly drop it so many times throughout that point, but it came around midway in the episodes where his wife becomes a vampire, and he's just kind of a little mourning for her, but he's busying himself with work, and he has her body in this storage place. So he hears the body move and all this stuff. He pulls her out, and she's strapped in too. And I mean, and luckily it's daytime, so she's hibernating. So he's aware she's alive again. So he straps her down, and he just starts dissecting her and like fucking figuring shit out.
Goes fucking mad scientist on his wife.
And he's fucking like, he's so broken at this point. He's like, I love my village more than like my wife. My wife is gone. This isn't my wife anymore. Like he's convincing himself this isn't his wife. So it's just a morality. Like you just see the morality just go on him, and like it just, once he figures out, yeah, okay, you can destroy the brain, but it won't be enough to kill them unless you blow their heads out or something like that. The most sure thing is the stake in the heart, and you know they die, and he kills his wife right there and then, and it's just like he starts telling the villagers, and they don't believe him initially, but then they start finding evidence, and then it just ends in a cluster. You know, the last few episodes just end in a clusterfuck. Yeah,
just murdering fucking vampires.
Like, you know, the show does a good job, and I'm just saying it's a good Halloween anime because it's not because they have Yu-Gi-Oh styled hair. Like the hairstyles are fucking ridiculous.
They're crazy. They're amazing. But
you know, it portrays, you know, yeah, these vampires are moving in, they're killing people, but they're trying to start a society, like and they're not bad people.
Right.
But they're just trying to
survive.
They're just trying to survive, kind of thing. And then you have the humans who equally have to survive, but they become monsters. They fucking literally drag people from their ankles in their dark corners and just fucking drag them out into the light and just have them burn alive. And if they're too dangerous, they'll fucking stab them in the heart. And it goes fucking crazy fast. And like, do it. Like, if you ever get a chance, watch Shiki. It's the best shit ever. It's the Halloween anime. The Halloween anime.
Fair enough.
Like, yeah, it's just that great. And there's OVAs. Watch them. Specifically, when you get around episode 20, around the 20s, stop them, go to the OVAs, then come back. Because the OVAs are also in the middle between these episodes, and like, my god, the mom is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say. And anyways, yeah, what's your recommendation
so
for
I got a couple here.
Spooktober?
First one is Le Portrait de Petite Cosette. No, a little French here. I think it's French. I don't know. I'm a weeb, I don't know this shit.
Yeah, what's this? What's
so
this
French?
Is
an OVA.
What is French? Is that some sort of like croquet? Or
baguette?
Baguette?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So this is a show that came out in 2004. It was a 3-episode OVA. They're like 30-40 minutes each. It's basically the length of a movie. So it's about this guy who starts working in an antique shop, and he sees this painting of this beautiful young girl, but the painting almost seems to be alive. And it turns out this girl was like a daughter of an aristocrat in like the 18th century, something like that. And she starts speaking to him, and he sees how she was murdered and all this stuff, and it's like this crazy visual style. Like, the whole show is pretty much, it could be probably like, the story could be done in like 10 minutes, but it's really dragged out.
I thought you were gonna say drug inducing.
Sort of is. I mean, it's incredibly like, trippy, very visual. Like, you see all this stuff. It's almost like some kind of crazy, indie film that's just super heavy on the visuals, just trying to tell a story through its visuals, type of thing. So in that sense, it's like, you're either gonna hate it or love it, type of thing. It's really cool, like the way it tells the story and everything. And essentially, the only way to free her soul is for someone to give their life, for her, essentially. So it's like this, it's almost like this weird psychological horror romance type of thing throughout, where, this guy, working in modern days, seeing all this stuff about her life and almost speaking to her through this painting. It's really cool. It's definitely got this like kind of creepy vibe, but it's also like, in a way, like a romance thing. It's really cool. Like I said, you probably either hate it or love it, so you can give it a try, see if you like it. But it's definitely one of the more interesting shows in that regard. So next on my list, probably the spookiest that I could think of was Boogie Pop Phantom.
It's in the name.
Exactly. So the show from...
We have to have honorable mentions after this.
So the show from 2000, so basically the synopsis is that, there were these murders along 5 years ago in this town, something like that, and they were it was about these these murders happened, no one knows why, but the rumors are about this Boogie Pop, which if you saw Boogie Pop would take you away and kill you, essentially.
So he's a boogeyman, basically.
Exactly, yeah, the boogeyman. So
Slender Man.
People so people nowadays they don't really believe it, they don't know what to think, but it kind of takes this psychological mystery thing. Every episode, it's episodic, where every episode takes a character and follows them, and it sort of covers one part of the human psyche. Some people with like schizophrenia, some people with dementia, all this stuff, and just like how they perceive the situation of these murders and all this stuff like that, which all kind of brings together in the end. The show is extremely atmospheric, and it does all of its cinematography and the sound design and everything. It's super well done. Like, it is definitely the creepiest, most eerie show I've ever watched. So if you're looking for actual horror, definitely go with Boogie Pop Phantom. I do think, if I remember right, there is a remake sort of thing happening. I don't know if that's already come out or if it's coming here in the future. But if you don't want to watch the old one, then maybe look into the new one. I don't know if it'll be better or not, but it's a good show. And then last on the Spooktober list.
Can I cut in right here? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say this off, but Beyonce did it better.
Did I just hit you?
I did a Kanye, yes. But please continue. It's just I hate your fucking last recommendation.
So it's Soul Eater.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I'm saying is it's not horror, it's not creepy in any way, really.
It's shonen, but...
It's a shonen show, but it's
aesthetic.
The aesthetic is basically as Halloween as it gets. It's almost like watching, a Tim Burton film, like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, the entire world is just built around a Halloween atmosphere, you have...
The moon is spooky.
The moon has a big spooky face. The teacher, he's like a Grim Reaper.
He's the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, he's the Grim Reaper. The main character uses a scythe for a weapon. Like the whole premise is kind of built around this like Halloween atmosphere, even though the story doesn't necessarily follow that.
Yeah, no.
The whole aesthetic, of the show is just Halloween themed.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something not spooky, just kind of has a Halloween vibe to it. Mm-hmm. Soul Eater's where you go. I think it's like 40, 50 episodes. It's a little longer.
Can I just say the ending is the worst thing about it?
Just read the manga. Basically, if you want to watch the show, watch it until the last like 2 or 3 episodes, then go finish it with the manga because they completely retconned what happened in the manga and shit on the ending, which sucked in the anime, but was good in the manga.
I believe it suffered because it caught up too fast.
Exactly,
material.
Yeah. So it didn't actually get to the point where it could have adapted the source material because it wasn't out. So they just made up a shitty ending.
Yeah.
And the ending for the manga is actually pretty good, but the anime doesn't do the ending justice at all. So watch it till close to the end of the show, then just finish with the manga, and you're golden. So anyways, that's it for...
We have some honorable mentions. Maybe if you can dig something up.
You go first if you already have something in mind, and I'll think of something.
Tokyo Ghoul.
The manga, please? Not the anime. The anime blows.
The anime wasn't too bad, but at least in aesthetic.
The manga was okay to a certain
better.
point.
Yeah.
There was a certain point where
But this is anime. Trash. We are talking about anime.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so... Tokyo Ghoul is definitely one of those animes with a spooky vibe, definitely to it, considering it involves gore. But that's kind of my honorable mention. That's just one. What about you, man?
Oh, I was just thinking of one. I can't remember the name of it though.
Can you describe it, and I could probably figure it out?
Oh no, I got it. Paranoia Agent.
Paranoia Agent. Oh my fucking god! This guy fucking wins it.
Paranoia Agent, another kind of like creepy.
And it's by the guy who made Paprika and
yeah.
What was that?
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue. There you go.
So it's incredibly psychological. It definitely tries to deep dive into your psyche to kind of spook you in weird ways. Not trying to be horror, but trying to be very, very dark and eerie and mysterious in the way it works. So that's another good spooky one.
Yeah.
Go for Paranoia Agent if you want another horror show.
Honestly, yeah, Paranoia Agent, I forgot about it. I haven't even finished it, but it's definitely one of those spooky ones.
And here, one more honorable mention. I'll just mention Serial Experiments Lane.
That's barely spooky. But,
it's definitely more of an eerie type of thing. But
I'd say it is eerie, yeah.
Yeah, especially because of the art style and everything from when it came out and the way they did it. It's very like melancholy and everything like that. Just one more. Check it out. It's just a good show in general.
Since you brought one more, I guess I'll just say Naoki Urasawa's Monster, the anime. Like, definitely anything with an eerie vibe is probably good for Spooktober or Halloweeb, technically, as we're calling it. So yeah, those are our honorable mentions. But watch Shiki, watch Bible Black, watch what was mine again?
Vampire in the Bund.
Vampire in the Bund, and then what was yours? Just try to repeat them.
Le Portrait de Petite Cosette.
Yeah, something croquet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Le
La
Baguette.
Petite Croquette, Le Baguette.
And then Boogie Pop Phantom and Soul Eater.
Yeah, Boogie Pop and Soul Eater. I mean, we didn't want to mention anything new because that'd be cheating. Like, there's no Angels of Death not in there. Zombieland Saga not in there. So yeah, those are our recs.
Yep.
If you have any, feel free to comment below. Or like, subscribe. I did it. Anyways, don't do that. I don't fucking care.
Don't bother.
Watch this stuff. I'm happy with that. But anyways, watch the stuff we recommended, and then watch our podcast. Watch our podcast. Watch the stuff we recommended. And that's enough for me. Okay.
All right. Let's get into the last little bit here. Since we already did recommendations, we're just gonna get straight into tags for you. Oh, what's
technically
this
we did.
Well,
Yeah, we have nothing really new to recommend. Play Destiny, play fucking Path of Exile, read the manga. Yeah, we're good. All right.
No. What do you got here on the screen? Do you want to mention what you made me put on the screen here?
Yeah. All right. So because it's Halloween, you know what's scarier than a fujoshi, right? So this is something one of my friends sent me a while back because it is Spooktober, and I just remembered, when I was thinking about a tag, I was just like, what tag can I get that is fucking frightening and that'll fucking get me under my skin? And I remembered this, and I asked my friend to send it to me and send me the title, and lo and behold, I found it on the X. And it is called I Have No Choice by the author. I have to big screen this part. Kaito Kana? No, it's not Kaito Kana. The artist is Kaito Kana. Like, Kaito Kana does a lot of fucking weird stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really looked into his stuff, but or her stuff. But this one caught my eye because it is two famous slasher characters. You got Jason,
obviously,
and you got Michael Myers from the Halloween series. And if it isn't obvious before, it's boys love. Should I? No.
There's a bulge.
Yeah, there's a bulge
right here.
Yeah, right there. Like literally right there. Literally right below Sean. I mean, just above Sean. There's a fucking donger hanging right there.
Yeah.
And
we don't need to show
hiding in the pants. So, I would if you want to see it, look it up on your favorite hentai reading website. And just like I just wanted to recommend something really out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
and so we got some yaoi between
right.
two of
slashers,
Hollywood's greatest slashers. No Freddy that I could find right now. But yeah.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and just mention, let's get into some dark stuff for Halloween.
Actually, I'm afraid. I put this up, and I know this is tame compared to what you got.
I'm just gonna go for some snuff, which, means, there's someone being visibly killed on,
We
on
don't
page.
condone this, but this is fiction.
It's fiction.
It's fine.
No one's hurt. There is no victim, except a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And the artist I want to mention,
and your mind.
Shindle, of course. So if you're looking for some good snuff,
Which one is it?
I was just gonna say, go for what you bought me for my birthday, Mildred. From Dark Souls.
Can you reach under? Right there? Right under
shelf?
right above the boxes? There we go.
I see it.
Can you pull that out?
Yeah.
Let me pull that out. Thank you.
Yeah, hard copy Mildred.
Hard copy Mildred right here. Can you please show that to the screen? It's quite tame. There's nothing there to see, but
there's no.
And it is signed. I like by Shindle himself. I've got the solar. No. Yeah, I've got the solar or the puppy. I think I've got the puppy. I've got to check it out. Sorry, I'm gonna have to waste a little time to show this off. But this is one of the signed Japanese copies, and it is censored, I believe.
Yeah, it's from Japan.
Yeah, it's a little censored. But if I get across it, I will get the uncensored version. And I believe I'm gonna need this part.
You had to cover that page.
Yeah, there you go. Can you please show that off? I got the solar right there. Literally, first page is literally Bush. There you go. Signed by the man, legend himself, Shindle.
Thank you.
Yeah, alright. Thank you, Shindle. You're the greatest.
Solar,
doing the T pose.
Praise the sun.
Yeah. Praise the sun. The original T pose.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah. I'm gonna have to give this to you.
Yeah,
so
here,
you
I'll
can
take
put
it.
away.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Go check that out. It's a Dark Souls Doujinshi by Shindle.
Yeah.
And a little darker on the darker side for you,
Yeah, it's definitely perfect for Halloween season. Oh, it got stuck, didn't it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Well, I guess we should wrap this up by
let's
you're gonna give it a read, huh?
I've got my copy.
Alright. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in for this Dirty Casual Corner.
Yeah.
Feel free to just check us out later on. You don't need to subscribe. Just come across us again.
Just say hello.
Well, say hello. Maybe comment, shit post. I don't mind you guys. You're welcome to come and stay whenever you want. But do recommend your Halloween recommendations and do recommend your hentais. We want them.
Always.
We want them.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, have a good night. Stay safe. And we will put the link to this. The Amazon link, man.
Alright.
Which is cheaper.
See ya.
Later.